Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. It's Sergeant Errol Elijah, and right here I'm with another competitor that's stepping on stage pretty soon, Sergeant Gilman, Christina. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
How you feeling? First of all, just give our viewers an introduction of who you are, what you do.
Yes. So, like you said, I'm Sergeant Christina Gilman. I am a food service specialist, and I'm going to be competing in wellness. It was my first competition, and I am so excited. The fact that I couldn't even contain laughing.
Yes.
It's coming out, just
Yes.
my natural smile.
Yes,
So.
yes. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
If there's anything, right, let me start with this question. Like, why choose bodybuilding out of any sport you could do?
Because I feel like it's truly athletic. Like it's a art. Like, it's not just you just getting out there and saying, you know what, I'm going to go to the gym today. I'm going to do this. Like, there's so much that goes behind it.
Yes.
I've also heard too, like, you don't just wake up and just say, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. You have all these things that have to come into play, that have to prepare you. And I'm a competitive person. So I was like, why not do something that is totally outside of the norm? Because there's gym ready and being fit and being athletic, and there's being show, presentation, stage ready. And I'm seeing after this weekend when our team competed, like, there's so much that goes into it. I was like, sensory overload. Just seeing the preparation, the discipline, the balance.
Yes. Speaking of that, you know what, thank you for even mentioning the discipline and balance aspect of it, because I needed to ask, right? You said the behind the work scenes, right?
Yeah.
How would you describe the discipline, the focus, and even like maintaining balance throughout this process so far? How would you describe that part for you?
So for me, like I said, I'm a competitive person, so I've always gone into things like, you have a checklist. We're used in the military having a checklist, being able to prepare for an inspection. Like, your body getting up on stage, like, you have to be ready, and everything's going to show. So like, the discipline for me is not just the physical part of it, is saying, hey, like, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to eat this, and I'm going to follow what my coach is telling me for these protocols of what I need to do for this workout. It's everything together and everything coming into play and actually showcasing it.
Yes.
Because we could be so, like, I'm used to just having deadlines and following things. And I was thinking, oh, this is going to be easy. Those things are coming into play and I'm able to do them. But it's the personal, like, the inside part of me, like, just the soul. Like, I really have to get that in tune, because this isn't a military thing. This is a whole transformation of yourself. And the balance with that, with my family and my daughter, having to wake up and say, you know what, like, I need to go to the gym. I still have to go home. I still got to go ahead and cook. I got to not just meal prep for me, but I got to make sure my family's eating right too. Just the normal day to day, like, finding the balance of still maintaining my family home life, but also knowing I got to do this for me, because my family's not going to be 100% if I'm not 100%. So I got to find that balance within myself, because now my family's going to be 10 times better overall, because I'm actually showcasing everything from the inside out.
Yes. Wow, that is very powerful, man. That is everything. There was this podcast I was listening to. It says, once you learn to love yourself, you learn to love the whole world. And that is everything with this process so far, right? And if I would, ask, so far, through this journey, leading to October 15th, if there's the mental aspect of it, how would you describe that part? What is a word you associate the mental aspect of this journey so far?
At first, it was like, what am I doing? Like, I was like, what am I doing right now? Do I really want to continue with this? Because it was taxing on just everything. And I was like, once I get into something, though, I'm like, okay, I got to see it through.
Yes.
But I was investigating for myself, like, 100%, is this really what I'm being called to do? Is this a purpose for me? And I started seeing the transformation within myself and being able to smile in photos.
Yes.
And having my family see that, and actually showing my teeth, because that's like the biggest part. So when I started to see that transformation in myself, fluidity is the word that comes into mind. Like,
Wow.
I'm just moving, like, it's just a constant state of motion right now.
Yes.
And I'm not stopping. And that's what I love about it, is that I'm changing every day. Like the waves, I'm going in and out, and I'm coming back. But when I come back, I'm 10 times better. And when I'm going out, I'm bringing stuff in from other people, my team, being there at the show this week, and the other competitors. Like, I'm constantly growing, bigger and bigger. Like, I'm not just that little pebble being thrown into the water in a small ripple. Like, I'm changing other people too that I work with. And I'm just getting started.
Wow.
So it's a fluidity for me.
That is a good word to use, fluidity. Like, I think I was just saying, I was saying that with someone this morning, you know, fluidity, how, you know, you just flow with the currents of life, man. And you just, you know, be at peace with everything. That is, you know, that is beautiful, right? And definitely you mentioned something about changing people's life. How has people's life, you know, people that are in your life, how have they been affected by this change?
Well, we've talked about this before. Like, you know, people I work with, they see me as like Sergeant. They see me as Sergeant Christina, like just Sergeant Gilman. Those that are in my circle, it's already very small as it is, you know. So like, I'm very private person with my time and with my energy. And I've gotten like that as I've gotten older, and I've gone through just life. But even so, now people I work with who just saw me in a professional setting, they're like, I can approach you. Like, you're smiling, you look happy, you look at peace with yourself. Because I've always been the type that I had, you know, my sage in the office. I have my little crystals. I'm always talking about, like, you know, all this stuff, like, but I'm actually living it now. And I feel like it's not just one of those things of like, hey, it's something right now that's cool to do. I'm actually living it. And just meditating on just everything that's going on in my life, like actually letting all that out. And people are seeing that, and they're actually seeing my spirit instead of just the outward appearance. And they say, you're approachable now. Like, you know, I can come to you. And people who I've never talked to before that I've seen at work, when I've gone in, they're like, you know, there's something different about you. You know, you look different. Like, it's not just the outward appearance, but it's just, you carry yourself better. Because I've always been the type that was told to hold your head high, you know, have this walk about you. And people always talk about my walk. They're like, you're very confident. And I would always tell them, I don't feel that confidence. Like, the fact that you see that is amazing, because I don't feel it. But now I'm actually like, I can go into a room and I can make eye contact along with that confidence. And it's not just me putting that on because I'm in uniform. You know, I used to walk with my head down kind of sometimes and just plain clothes. Now I'm like, how are you? You know, it's not in uniform. We have to portray and we have to act a lot, especially as sergeants, you know, as leaders of Marines, you have to put the show on, and it's not a show anymore. Like, so I'm just excited. Wow.
This is who I am, man. Wow, that is beautiful, man. Thank you very much for sharing that aspect, man. That is everything, right? And, you know, at this point, man, you know, because I'll call it the rediscovery of self. Let me put it that way, right? But at this point, do you think there are limits to what you can achieve?
No. Because I feel like if you go into it with having a limit or telling yourself, like, this is as far as I'm going to be able to go, you're already setting yourself up for failure. So I was talking to my posing coach, Nicole, earlier, and just talking to her about the possibilities of, you know, of seeing, like, okay, I witnessed, you know, some people this weekend, not just on our team, but, you know, that were very upset, you know, with not getting their pro card or not feeling like they did the best that they could do. But she said the same thing that coach said, and it was, if you know for a fact that you checked everything off that checklist for yourself, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you walked away with, because this person could have this day and the light is going to shine on them, but guess what, the next day it's for somebody else. But it's up to you to still go into it and say, you know what, I didn't leave anything on the table. I brought stuff to the table. I'm still cheering for everybody and knowing that it's okay. Like, but don't limit yourself. You know, because guess what, next time you have it. And that's what I saw today. I saw people walk in today, 2 days later, full of energy, full of light. And they're like, I'm ready to go again. And I was like, what are you doing here? You need to be sleeping. Go get a pedicure. Go get something. But that was like really awe-inspiring for me, because I'm like, this is a good addiction. This is like a healthy addiction. This is like one of those things, you're feeding yourself. You're not just feeding your body physically, but you're feeding your soul, everything. So don't limit yourself. Everything is there for the taking. You know, it's up to you on what you want to do and how you want to perform.
Wow. That is pretty heavy, man. So, thank you very much for that. Wow. And you know, if the listeners and those that are watching that are gonna be at your show come October 15th, what should they be expecting? What package are we bringing on the stage?
Confidence. Confidence first and foremost, like that self-love. Showing that, and people being like, wow, not just what a performance, but like, I want to be that. I want that for myself. I want to be able to give out so much energy that even the people I'm competing against, that they're absorbing that energy too. The audience is absorbing it, the judges, and whatever happens, but just know I'm going to give it my all, 110%. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to kill it. I'm going to kill it.
Oh man, I'll tell you this, man. We are, I'll be the loudest person there, because, you know, I'll be done with my own show. But yeah, we all going to be the loudest person there. And speaking of that, you know, having a team of people that have the same mindset, what does that mean to you?
It's everything, because, you know, I kind of feel like for the longest time there, you know, feeling like when I first started, just in my fitness journey, and this isn't even competing or anything, but just fitness journey, I'm to myself. You know, I had a couple people I worked out with, a select few, but for me, it was like, okay, you have to take things on for yourself. You have to just put your head down, put your hood on, and you just got to go, you know, because like I said, people in my life right now, with where I'm at here in Cali and where I'm stationed, people know me at work, and I don't let a lot of people in. And I've always been very private like that. And now I'm like, you need that. You need those people. One, it's experience. You're gaining experience from them. They're coming from all different walks of life. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to connect and vibe with other people who share the same passion. Because anybody can get up and say, hey, I'm being forced to go to PT, or I'm being forced to go work out because this is what I need to do, or let me go take my videos for Insta or TikTok, whatever it may be. But it's different when you actually walk in the path of a professional athlete. And even if you haven't competed yet, you're preparing for that, and you're setting yourself up for that. So the fact that I'm here now and I'm hitting people up like, hey, let's go hit legs today, or seeing them, going up to them randomly. Before I was like, I don't want to bother them, like that's their time. But then I'm like, no, like, you know, after talking to coach and talking to some other people, like, you put yourself out there. You know, they're probably don't want to say anything either, because like, maybe they don't want to work out today. You take the initiative and you go. And my workouts have been amazing, like with some of the people on the team that I've been able to connect with, and it's been awesome. It gave me that pump, gave me that drive, especially working on people who have already competed. And they know where to hit and what needs to be targeted. And they're telling me like different areas to improve on. And I used to ego lift a lot. Thought that I had to be the one, and that female, you know, the She-Hulk lifting all this weight. And I did that for a while, and I was doing the little competitions at the gym and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I can lift this, and I'm doing this, and I'm number one. But it's like, really, like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, you can do like one rep and you can lift all this weight, but what does that do into your body over time? So I'm learning the proper way of lifting, it's a technique. It's not just a movement anymore. All those McMat people out there are gonna be happy I said that. But it's a technique, and I'm honing in on that, and I'm seeing it, because when I'm flexing and I'm doing it, I'm watching the different muscle pop up, constricting and everything, and it's like, hey, you know, I like that. Okay, let me do that again. So it's that mind muscle technique that you guys always harp on, and really getting into it, the quality over quantity. So I'm a better person and a better athlete because of it.
That is true, man. Muscle mind connection, right? And if you guys don't know, we had a workout session. Was it like last weekend or 2 weekends ago?
It was last weekend.
And it was pretty good workout section, right?
Got that work.
Wow, that is good. And lastly, before we go, you know, if there's any word of advice you would give, you know, to anyone in life right now, you know, watching this, and they're just in a place where man, I need to get out from this hole that I
Yeah.
am, what would that be? What would the advice be?
So I'm a very corny person. I'd be like, just do it. You
Okay.
just gotta just do it. The Nike, you know, the
Okay.
Nike. You have to just go out there and do it. Like, don't tell yourself no. Like, going back to don't limit yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I get anxiety, a lot of social anxiety, being in large groups of people.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I started getting my ability to be able to communicate out there by being able to actually put myself out there.
Yes.
So
yes.
now it's like trying to get better at this whole journey and bodybuilding and being able to get on stage to compete. Just do it. Just get out there and do it. Because if you don't, you're going to sit there for the rest of your life and be like, I started that, but I didn't finish it. Or I didn't even start at all because I was scared. Don't let fear hold you back.
Yes.
And don't have the mindset of, what if I fail? Leave that, put that away, throw that out, take that out to the garbage, because you're limiting yourself with that.
Yes.
You just have to go out and do it, because you're never going to know what you're capable of if you don't just take that step.
Wow. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Just like Nike said, just do it.
That wasn't an official endorsement or anything, but our sponsorship, but you know.
Yeah, Nike, if you're watching this, sponsorship.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for the time. You know, we really appreciate it. And we, your fans, we're looking forward to October 15th. The competition is in Arizona, right?
Yes, Arizona.
And you should be doing
surprise,
wellness.
Arizona.
Oh, surprise! Wait, are you surprising? Like, the place.
No, it's a place.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
surprise, Arizona.
Surprise.
What about a surprise you, Arizona?
Yep.
All right, but thank you very much for this.
UAFAM.